Hello, friends. All right. I am so happy to be here. I'm Dr. Lakisha Simmons. I early retired at 41 years old because I became financially independent, which means that I was able to accumulate enough money in investments so that I can live off a little bit each year and not have to work a job, and that money would last me for 30 plus years based on the Trinity study. So check that out if you haven't read about it. Or, of course, you can check it out on my website, lakishasimmons.com. So if you're new here to my channel, please subscribe. I create new videos all the time. You'll also see my interviews and different media outlets from People TV, Good Morning America, you name it, and where I'm always sharing great tips with you. All right, so today's video is about how my budget bestie method can save you $200 to $300 a month within 30 days. And I'm not making this up, all right? This is true based on the testimonials of men and women who have participated in my courses over the past year or so. So consistently, they tell me that they're able to save $200 or $300 a month based on this budget bestie method. Not only that, some of them had taken my challenge, my 2021 challenge, which was to save and invest an additional $5,000 than what they had planned on doing. And many of them accomplished that goal. So together we can do anything as long as we have a goal and we have a plan. So let's get into it. All right, so first thing you have to do is really reflect on your life and your relationship with money. Because in order to save, you have to think about, am I a saver? Am I a spender? When I do spend, what am I spending on? And I've come across people all the time who tell me, oh, I don't spend a lot of money. But I just don't know where it goes either, especially if you make six figures and you look at your financial situation, you say, for making six figures, I feel like I should be further ahead. Then trust me, there are some things that we can do to adjust that for you so that you truly can start to accumulate wealth. So think about your relationship with money. For me, I started working at 14 years old out of necessity. All right. I didn't live with my parents. I lived with some family members, and life was tough. And there were so many of us living there. Everyone had to have a job, and that meant I needed a job as well. So when I started working at 14, I quickly learned that I needed to hold on to as much money as I could. Unfortunately, once I did go to college, which first generation college student, when I did go to college and graduated, I realized to myself, wow, wait, I think I made it. I can live it up. Let's enjoy. Well, then I realized that wasn't a smart idea. Once I got divorced in 2017, I realized, oh, I don't have as much money as I thought I did. And now I feel like I'm starting over. So all of those experiences made me realize that I had to become financially independent, and I needed to realize that I can save more money a month. I don't have to spend as much as I am on some of the basic necessities. And I'm not talking about coffee and cable here. I'm talking about some of your budget categories that are bigger. It could be your housing. Okay, that could be it. It could be your automobile. It could be your mobile phone bill. Don't be afraid to switch like I did to Mint Mobile. I pay $180 a year for coverage. Yes, I have an iPhone. Yes, it works fine. It's on the T-Mobile network. And I just haven't had any issues with it. I've been with them, I think, 3 years now. Three, maybe going on 4 years. So you can go to mintmobile.com/Dr. Keisha, and you can get started. Just get started. It's a way to really cut your mobile phone bill more than half. All right. So that is the first thing. Get your relationship with money together. Let's look at your budget categories and assess them. If you don't have a good budget that easily shows you all of your categories and automates it for you, grab mine. I'm giving it away for free on my website, and you'll love it. Trust me, everyone who uses it loves it. It takes a little bit to get used to it because it's new and you've not ever used it before, but trust me, you will love it. All right, so and here's some other things you can do that have saved people $200 to $300 a month. Shop at Aldi for your groceries, because let's face it, groceries eat up so much of your money. If you shop at Aldi first, you are going to save money. I couldn't believe it. I just went to Aldi and I had so much food in the cart I could hardly turn it. And I thought, oh my gosh, definitely went over my budget. But when I got the receipt, it was only $150. And I thought, oh my gosh, I got all this food. It still surprises me. I've been shopping there for years. So definitely try Aldi. They have vegan, gluten-free, organic, you name it, they have it. Another thing that I do to save money on groceries is I use a meal planner app. So there are plenty of free ones out there, and use that to plan out your meals and the ingredients that go with the meal. So then you don't come home with a bunch of food and you're like, I don't know what I can eat. So that happens, and then a lot of food goes to waste. All right. And another thing you can do is think about your tax deferment, because let's face it, taxes is probably a big expense too. And if your budget is not accounting for taxes, then you definitely need to get my budget, because there's a space in there for taxes so you can see just how much money you're paying in taxes. Excuse me. And then look at some of your tax deferred investment options like a 401k or a 403b. If you're a teacher or a fireman, you may even have, or a nurse or a doctor, you may have access to something called a 457b. So you'll want to check into that as well to help you save money on your taxes. All right, so those are just a few of the things. I have a whole list of those in my program, the Wealthy Achiever VIP program. I also have just a on your own complete financial freedom course that you can just enroll in and get in and start going through all of my ways to reduce your monthly expenses and start to invest that money. You can get all that information on my website, LakishaSimmons.com. Just click the Learn tab. And the last step in saving this money is to successfully close out your budget at the year end. All right. So this will help you so much, because you're going to print out your checking account statements, your credit card statements, and you're going to look at each transaction. And when you look at it, I want you to say to yourself, was this worth it? Add them all up and say, wow, I spent $2,000. What did I even spend it on? Can you even remember? If you can't, then some of those things were probably unnecessary. So you really need to look at it with a fine-tooth comb, because that could have been money you were investing in the stock market, right? So look at that and take a close, assessment of your values, and would you have rather invested that money, or what you spent it on, was it worth it? All right. So also look at things like your auto insurance, call around for quotes. Just take time to do that. Finally, examine your savings, retirement, and investment allocations. Are you happy? Can you say, I'm saving a lot of money? Oh my gosh, I'm investing a lot of money. I'm just so happy with this. If you say that, great. If you're not saying that, then maybe you really need to assess your budget. So go to my website, download this Budget Bestie tool that I use. If you find that you really need some help and someone to go through it with you to create your complete financial freedom plan, I'm happy to help. So you can find out more on my website. I really hope this was helpful to you. See you again soon.